Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. In this video I'll be showing you how to build a simple and automatic melon and pumpkin farm. Now if you saw yesterday's episode of Hermitcraft you would have seen us come up with a basic design. I've since improved on the design and now I think it's ready for a tutorial. However, we'll get to the building part in a moment. First of all, I want to show you how this thing works. It relies on the torch burnout mechanism, which leaves a torch turned off. As you can see, there is no reason for this thing to be off, and that means when it gets a block update, as you just saw right there, it will then activate the torch burnout again, which creates a redstone pulse, which can activate this piston at the top here, and then it activates over and over again, and in the process of doing that, it will of course harvest the melon or pumpkin. So with this design, we have a single seed in the middle, and that means that a pumpkin or melon can grow on either side, and then we have two mechanisms for harvesting this which are basically mirrored. Now inside the block there is a hopper minecart, you can sort of see it right there, and there are hoppers below, so that this means the item will be instantly picked up by the hopper minecart and it will be transported by the hoppers into the chest at the front. Now the footprint of this thing is 3 by 3, although you do have the chest at the front, and it is only 5 blocks tall. It does not cost a lot of resources either, but it does have a couple of flaws. And before we get to the flaws, I do want to mention in the Hermitcraft episode I showed this thing with the piston a block lower, so it is at this height right here facing downwards. The problem with that is that the translocation bug in 1.10 means the items will be moved up above and through the piston. So that's why there's now a sticky piston and a block below it. But when it comes to the flaws, this thing has two problems. One of them, which I was expecting to happen in this tutorial, if it grows too quickly, which I'm going to show you right now, it'll stop like that because this thing is not ready to be updated again. It's still in the process of burning out. Now this happens quite frequently in this world because the tick speed is turned up very high, and the chances of it happening in the overworld I'd say are incredibly slim, but on occasion if you built a lot of these you might find one of them just has a melon sitting there. All you got to do is break it and then the thing is ready to go again. The other flaw that it has is we're picking up items, so when a melon breaks or a pumpkin breaks it can fly out to the side. Now from my testing you will only lose a really small percentage, maybe 1 or 2% tops from this problem when you have it like this. Now if you add in a couple of extra blocks on the side you will stop the items from flying out in those directions, so that's definitely recommended. Of course this one is inside the 3 by 3 space, so you may as well put it there anyway. And then on the opposite side where you can't put a block because of the torch, you could actually just put a hopper pointing into the block and that will pass the items through to the minecart hopper. So with this design right here it's practically 100% lossless. To build the contraption you're going to need an area that's 3 by 3 and 5 blocks tall, and you'll need the contents of this chest to build it. Of course, if you want to add in the extra things you'll need a few extra materials as well. I would say it's worth it unless you're really struggling for resources. So first of all, 3 hoppers pointing into the chest at the front. In the middle we're going to put a dirt block, either side we'll put a rail and put a minecart hopper on each of those, and then we want to remove the rail, so make sure you're actually clicking on the rail. You should be able to see the hitbox around it and destroy both those rails, and now we're ready to do the next bit. So we are going to place a block either side like so, and then just put a torch there, torch on the opposite side. We'll need a block above each of those torches, and then behind that block you're going to put your redstone and it's going to burn out like this, which is normal. Then we just need to put the blocks on top of both of those pieces of redstone and then attach another bit of redstone which will update it once again. Now the next thing you need to do is put the sticky piston alongside that redstone, so just put the glowstone in the middle and then put the sticky piston there facing downwards, another one on this side over here, and below it we need a block of andesite on both sides, and then put the dirt block below it. It's going to push it down like that because it's updating the torch. And believe it or not, you've pretty much built this thing now. There's just one thing left to do. You guessed it, we need to hoe the middle, we need to put our seed in there, and you can grow it with a little bit of bone meal, and now we can simulate this thing in action, and you can see that it works. And just one last thing I want to mention, make sure you use a diamond hoe. If you don't use a diamond hoe in the middle, the entire contraption is going to blow up. I'm trolling ya. I'm trolling ya. Use whatever hoe you want to use. And that is it from me this video. If you have enjoyed it, leave a like. As always, thank you for the support. And let me know what you think of the contraption with a comment down below. And of course, if you haven't seen the tutorials playlist before, check it out for tons upon tons of useful contraptions for survival Minecraft. That's it from me. Thanks for watching. And I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.